Are you saying there's less lead poisoning? Yes. Some 9.2 million lead pipes carry water into the homes across the U.S., with more in Florida than any other state. Oh my God. Bro, this literally... Oh my God, this explains so much. What the fuck? This literally... Oh my God, this literally explains Florida. We just cracked the fucking code. Remember when I used to say, I think there's something in the fucking water in Florida? Well, turns out I was right. That something is lead. This sounds like a crazy conspiracy theory, but it makes so much sense. So the lead take is not a unique one to Sam Cedar. Lead poisoning and lead contamination in gasoline is what many people account the like lost generation that was significantly more violent. Like an unprecedented amount of violence was seen in one particular generation. All of those fucking crazy Trump kooks that you see, it's not really a conspiracy theory. All of the crazy Trump kooks that you see that are in like a certain age range, they all are from that lead generation. Gen X was the most lead poisoned generation. The peak of crime was when they hit early adulthood. Yeah. By the way, there was a complete lead pipe replacement plan in Build Back Better and got blocked by Manchin and Cinema. Only cost $50 billion for the whole country. We spent $850 billion on the Pentagon each year. Seems like too much. More lead data lines up with your take. Oh yeah, this is my favorite. I've literally looked at this before. Yeah, here, look. Although looking at this lead chart, you can see why even being a few years older, I graduated in 1998, meant much shittier people. My birth year is 1980 circled, but by 81, look at that drop. This is distributing childhood blood lead levels by age in the United States. Lead was in the paint chips. Lead was in the gasoline. Probably in the pipes too, I suspect, which hasn't really gone away. Yeah. Now, instead of lead poisoning, we have microplastics that we need to worry about, which is also fucking up our hormones. But this generation will be known, the Zoomers will be known as the microplastic generation or the PFAS generation, forever chemicals. Just like Gen X was noticeably lead poisoned, we will be noticeably microplastics poison. Stupid question. What does lead poisoning do? It's not a stupid question. That's actually a very good question. Lead poisoning leads to aggressive, uncontrollable, and oftentimes violent behavior. Some people believe that this could have been a decline in the Roman Empire as well. Impact of lead in children in the Roman Empire. But obviously, Roman Empire spanned across a very long timeline, so a lot of speculation. has been made on this issue. This is a 10-year-old, more than 10-year-old article talking about how lead could potentially be a cause for violent crime. It's the only consistent principle that they've found in numerous countries. All other factors controlled. Still, the new latest meta-analysis shows lead poisoning could have only contributed to 28% drop in violent crime rate. The rest of it is still unexplained. I mean, that's an insane number, dude. What the fuck? There's no planet in which like any kind of sociological component leads to a 28% increase or decrease where you go only 28%. That is literally the most considerable factor that you will ever conclusively point to. If a meta-analysis shows it leads to a 28% decrease in anything, then that is the sole contributor. 28% drop can be explained by lead poisoning. That's what I'm saying. That's a gigantic fucking drop. Oh, 28% of the drop can be explained by lead poisoning. Oh, I misunderstood. I don't know. Still significant. But regardless. Still massive. My mom was a Gen Xer. She said there was even lead testing sheets at schools in the 80s. Lead from gasoline blunted the IQ by half the U.S. population. Study says leaded gas was banned in 1996, but exposure to poison cost people born before then several IQ points on average, researchers estimated. And this is like a super... This is something that has been studied. It's a super common theory. It's the reason why I brought it up now is because... Sorry. It's a super common theory, and the reason why I brought it up now in this circumstance is because at the top of the hour there's a 3-minute ad break, and if you no longer want to be poisoned by that, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, where you get one free Prime subscription a month. Use it on your favorite broadcaster. Hopefully that's me. I don't want to poison your experience with the top of the hour ad break contaminants, but like I said, you can avoid the top of the hour ad break contaminants by subscribing for $5 or for free. The effect on Baltimore. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. Nessa Beavers, thank you for the 5. Get the subs. Studies between cities, states, and nations show that the rise and fall in crime follows with a roughly 20-year lag. The rise and fall in the exposure of infants to trace quantities of lead. But all that gives us is correlation, an association that can be coincidental. Mother Jones' article, which is based on several scientific papers, claimed causation. I began by reading the papers. Do they say what the article claims? They do. Then I looked up the citations, discussions of those papers in the scientific literature. The 3 whose citations I checked have been mentioned between them 301 times. To my astonishment, I could find just one study attacking the thesis, and this was sponsored by the Ethel Corporation, which happens to be a major manufacturer of the petrol additive tetraethyl lead. I found many more supporting it. Crazy as this seems, it really does look as if lead poisoning could be the major cause of rise and fall of violent crime. Veritasium, I think we might have watched that. If I were to speculate out of my ass, totally in the least educated way possible, but my educated guess on the nonviolent crime rate dropping, alongside the violent crime rate dropping, if lead is not the only factor of consideration, in spite of the fact that extreme poverty across the board has not been eviscerated in the way that, like, capitalist countries love to claim they did, with the exception of China. What I would speculate is that technological advancements create the semblance of like, not an actual eradication of poverty, but technological advancements growing and exponential growth has created a system in which you feel as though there is a little bit more that you can do with less. It's the idea that you think you are more free because you can fucking purchase a cheap television or you have a phone in your hand. And technically, you are a more productive laborer in that regard. So, in a way, technological achievements improve your conditions, improve even life expectancy, for example, even if you don't fucking have full-blown access to all the amenities of every single bit of technological achievement. It basically improves your life living conditions, even if you are not a direct beneficiary of said technological improvements. So that's what I think. That is what my suspicion is, rather.